So, Tommy, do things get this crazy at your family gatherings?
Not exactly, but, I like it. It's exciting, so.
Exciting? Well, if you're looking for excitement, look no further than the James Family Game Night.
Oh.
The James Family Game Night has been a family tradition since Millard Fillmore was in the Oval Office. Every Friday night, we get together and we play a game. So what do you say, Tommy? You up for it?
Dad, not on Tommy's first time here.
Come on, you don't even know what game I was going to suggest.
Ascension.
Okay, well, you did know what game I was going to suggest, but Tommy, trust me, it is the greatest game ever invented.
Well, if it's the greatest game ever invented, I guess we gotta play, right?
All right, sweet. I'll be right back.
Okay, quick, while he's upstairs, we've got to get you out of here. There's still time for you.
Please take me with you.
Whoa, guys, calm down. It's just a game.
There is no just a game with my dad. He takes things rather seriously.
About 8 years ago, he invented his own game so everybody would have to play by his rules.
Oh no. Please don't tell me that you're talking about Ascension. I lost a lot of good years of my life to that game.
Uh-oh. Are you guys talking about my unnatural obsession and how I was briefly institutionalized over the game and how I can't stop doing finger quotes?
Honey, let's just not play. I don't think we can afford the anti-anxiety medication anymore. You know the insurance company cut us off.
It's fine! It's fine. The doctor said if I loosened up on the rules a little bit that most of my ulcers would go away, so I have shortened the rule book. The game doesn't take that long anymore. You don't have to adopt and raise a child from Zimbabwe if you get stuck in the mud pits of Jakar.
I like Denduku.
Honey, why don't we just call it a night?
Look, it's okay. If Dan wants to play the game, I think we should play the game, It's not that big of a deal. I've got plenty of time. Besides, how long can it really take, right?
All right, look, my dad's out of the room. Tommy, give me the key to the final tower of Ascension. I haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days.
That is what the catheter is for. You be quiet or your dad will hear you.
Well, Dad needs to get over it. This is a ridiculous game. Nobody can follow these rules. And if you break one, you lose a finger.
You knew the rules of the game before we started.
How do we do this so that he doesn't find out?
All right, it's simple. We just say that you rolled 2 7s and a 5. And when you passed through the Windmill Forest, you couldn't remember the lyrics to Good Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, and you had to forfeit an item from your satchel.
The final key. Oh, it just might work. Okay, here, take it.
Tommy? What are you doing?
Nothing. I forgot to roll 2 7s and a 6, and when I passed through the Windmill Forest,
2 7s and a 6 would have put you in the Queen's Marsh. You're not trying to cheat, are you, Tommy?
Oh no, he meant a 5, not a 6.
Charlie, unless you want to go back into the cage of treachery, I suggest you shut your filthy mouth.
Dad, calm down.
I will not! Now, we're going to finish this game the way it was meant to be finished, or we will deal with cheaters according to the rules. Now, if memory serves me correctly, Charlie just needs a 6 in order to win the game. Roll the dice, Charlie. I said roll the dice! Hey, look! Charlie wins! Congratulations! Hey, I'll go pull the collar around and we'll go out for some froyo!
So some families take game night pretty seriously, especially if you're that serious about the rules. Unfortunately, that's how many of us feel about the church. When we think about the church or God, the first thing we think of is rules, a list of do's or don'ts, or a big list of things we have to believe before we can actually belong. We have an idea of church people as being a group of people who believe all the right things and live their life the right way, and if that's not you, then you don't belong. But I hope if you've been around Community Christian Church for a while, you've heard us say a lot. No matter who you are or how you live your life or even what you believe about God, you belong here. Because the church is the one place where everyone gets to be a part. Everyone gets to belong. Because God is for everyone, and so are we. From the beginning of the church, this has been the question everyone has tried to answer. What do you have to do to belong? What are the rules I have to follow or the things I have to do before I can be a part of the church? In fact, not long after the church began, there were people who were trying to put a list of rules in place for people who wanted to become a follower of Jesus. These people were basically saying, not only do you have to believe Jesus is the Son of God and follow His teachings, you also have to follow all the rules of the Jewish religion. Since Jesus was a Jew, all of His followers should follow all of those rules. The problem is, this isn't what Jesus said or how He treated people. Jesus didn't pick and choose what people fit in His group or who belonged to Him. Jesus said, everyone matters to me, so everyone belongs. Luckily, some of Jesus' closest followers who heard these people saying, you have to follow all these rules before you can follow Jesus, they took a stand. They called a meeting to discuss this, and Jesus' brother, yep, that's right, Jesus had a brother. His name was James, and he actually believed his brother was the Son of God. Well, James stands up and says to the church, my judgment or my opinion is that we should not make it difficult for the Gentiles or non-Jewish people who are turning to God. In other words, we shouldn't add rules for people to follow before they can belong in the church. We shouldn't make it difficult for people to follow Jesus. If someone believes Jesus is the Son of God and wants to follow Him, no matter who they are or what they've done, they get to turn to Jesus because Jesus is for everyone, and so we should be too. And even before you believe in Jesus as the Son of God, you get to belong at the church. You don't have to pretend to believe or pretend you have your life all figured out. Everyone gets to belong. This is what it means to be the church. So today in your groups, talk about how we can be a church where everyone belongs, no matter who you are or what you believe, so that we don't make it difficult for people to turn to God, and then we'll